RL circuit. If we connect a resistance and an inductor in series and then connect this arrangement to an alternating current source. So in this video I am going to analyze this RL circuit. Suppose voltage across this arrangement V is equal to V naught sin omega t, because it is alternating voltage. Omega is angular frequency of this alternating current, t is time, and V naught is amplitude of this voltage or peak value of this voltage. V is voltage at any instant. V जो है किसी पर्टिकुलर टाइम पर वोल्टेज है. So we know that voltage is varying, voltage is changing according to sine curve. So this is sinusoidal voltage. We know that if a resistance is connected to alternating current source, then voltage and current are in same phase. This is graph for V and T, and this is graph for I and T. I is current, V is voltage. So when voltage is maximum, current is maximum. When voltage is zero, current is zero. So V is equal to V naught sin omega t, and EMF is equal to E naught sin omega t. Current at any instant I is equal to I naught sin omega t. Omega is angular frequency of this alternating current. If we connect a pure inductor to alternating current source, then we know that current lags behind the EMF by pi by 2 radian or 90 degrees. This is graph for V and T, and this graph is for current I and T. So current lags behind the EMF by 90 degree. This is phasor diagram for V and I. Since current is 90 degree behind the voltage, means current lags behind the voltage by 90 degree. जो करंट है वोल्टेज से 90 डिग्री फेस में पीछे है, इसलिए इसका फेजर डायग्राम ऐसे हमने ड्रा किया है. दिस इज बी, दिस इज आई, और दिस इज बी, देन दिस इज आई. अब अगर हम इंडक्टर और रेजिस्टेंस को सीरीज में कनेक्ट करते हैं और अल्टरनेटिंग करंट सोर्स से इसको कनेक्ट कर देते हैं. इफ़ वी कनेक्ट एन inductor and a resistance in series like this, so since L and R are connected in series, so current in inductor and in resistance will be same at any time, and this is same in phase also. But in inductor voltage leads the current, and in resistance current and voltage are in same phase. So if we draw the combined phasor diagram, then by vector representation, this is like this. This V is scalar quantity, current is also scalar quantity. लेकिन जब इसका combined हम phasor diagram ऐसे form करेंगे, so in resistance this is voltage VR and this is current I. ये दोनों एक फेस में, दिस बोथ वोल्टेज एंड करंट आर इन सेम फेस. इन इंडक्टर दिस इज वोल्टेज बिकॉज वोल्टेज लीड्स द करंट बाय 90 डिग्री. सो इफेक्टिव वोल्टेज अक्रॉस दिस कॉम्बिनेशन is given by this diagonal of this rectangle. See, OA and CA are at 90 degree because VL and V are at 90 degree. So this is clear from this triangle OAC that this hypotenuse B is equal to under root VR square plus VL square, because hypotenuse OC square is equal to OA square plus AC square. So effective voltage V is given by V is equal to under root VR square plus VL square. This is not simple addition of VR plus VL. And phase difference between voltage and current is phi. So from this right angle triangle OAC, this is clear that tan phi is equal to CA upon OA. So tan phi is equal to VL upon VR. Now if we divide this VL and VR by current I, then we know that VL is equal to XL into I, where XL is inductive reactance. So inductive reactance multiplied by current gives voltage across this inductor. So VL upon I is equal to XL and VR upon I is equal to R. We divide VL and VR by current I, so there will be no effect because we are dividing both numerator and denominator by I. So tan phi is equal to XL upon R, or tan phi is equal to omega L upon R, because inductive reactance XL is equal to omega into L, where omega is angular frequency of this alternating current. Now in case of pure inductor, resistance is 0. So tan phi is equal to omega L upon 0, which is equal to infinity. Tan 90 is infinity, so this saying phase difference becomes 90 degree. In pure resistor, XL is equal to 0. Now tan 0 is 0, so this angle phi is equal to 0 in case of resistance. Now here VL upon I is equal to XL and VR upon I is equal to resistance R. So for effective resistance of this combination, see, in inductor there is reactance XL and in resistance we call it resistance R. So effective resistance of this inductive reactance and resistance, so this Z is given by under root R square plus XL square, because this is resistance R, which is VR upon I, and this is XL, which is VL upon I. So these are at angle of 90 degree. So this hypotenuse of this right angle triangle is effective resistance Z. So this is clear that Z square is equal to XL square plus R square, because this is a right angle triangle. So impedance, this effective resistance is known as impedance. So impedance for RL circuit, Z is equal to under root R square plus XL square. So this Z is equal to under root R square plus omega L square, or Z is equal to under root R square plus 2 pi nu L into whole square, because for omega we may write 2 pi nu. Omega is angular frequency and nu is linear frequency. So this Z becomes under root R square plus 4 pi square nu square L square. Now unit of this impedance is also ohm. This is graph between omega t and voltage. Since current lags behind the voltage by 5 degree, so this is current. This is phasor diagram. We know that phasor is a vector which rotates about origin with angular frequency omega. V and I are not vectors, they are scalars. So in RL circuit, current lags behind the voltage by 5 degree or 5 radian. So this phi is greater than 0 degree and less than pi by 2 radian. Thanks, have a nice day.